Hi, yes, I'm Paul Pereira. I am the VP for Technology at GKN Aerospace, and I'm pleased to be here with the ABA, the ATI Boeing Accelerator. And we are co-sponsors of the accelerator with Boeing, and we're really pleased to be part of this initiative, what it's done for us, and why we decided to, as GKN Aerospace, which is a company focused on delivering value to our customers in aerospace, whether we be working with the major primes in engines or in airframe or across the defense arena. We look to bring value to the products that we partake in. We have a large business across 50 sites across the UK, the US, the Netherlands, Sweden, and then internationally with fabrication and manufacturing in China, obviously in India, and growing in other areas across the globe. We're in many sectors of the market. We do everything from landing gear to wiring systems for entire aircraft like the C Series or A220. And we're sponsoring this program because we really believe in disruption coming from small, agile companies and startups. We also believe in two things, that the future has to be more sustainable aviation, and that it's going to be more digital manufacturing that carries us through what is fairly interesting times right now. And with Boeing, we've been seeing the adoption of digital manufacturing and Industry 4, as we may call it, as being an essential part of how we're going to challenge ourselves to be different in the future. And we are sponsoring this to make sure that we bring that difference and diversity into our company. We believe in the principles of open innovation and creating value in collaboration. So that's why we're sponsoring this, and why personally I've taken a lot of interest in working with the startups, all 9 that have been working with us from the beginning to now, the selection process to the completion of their proof of concepts. I've had a really big part to play, and with my team, we have seen some really exciting developments of technology and advancement acceleration. In fact, on one particular example, we've moved probably over a weekend of Easter, anomalous, and the team looking at the use of artificial intelligence in quality inspection, and we used the ventilator challenge to really push that proof of concept even faster than they could have imagined. So we're really excited by challenging ourselves in this industry to do things at pace. We think the biggest challenge in aerospace right now is being agile in manufacturing and having multiple product lines. And we think the biggest threat to established businesses like ours will be that we don't take on that learning and innovation quickly enough. So one of the great things by working with startups and disrupting our own thinking is that they bring new guidance as to how quickly things can be done, and a new passion for the ways of working and collaboration that we really need to adopt ourselves internally. So by showing our internal teams that there are different ways to work, we're beginning to create that culture internally and also exercise our more open minds and open innovation approach. And that's really, really important to establish the next generation of technologies. And of course, you just have to look over the last weeks with the fantastic launch of men into space on a space vehicle, which 9 years ago would have been a pipe dream. Providing a launcher that can take people into space, launchers that can cut the cost of a kilo of assets going into space by 90%, down to just 10% of what the NASA space shuttle program could deliver, with SpaceX being right in the heart of that disruption. We can see that this could happen in aerospace, and we really do think to the future. And aerospace has been one of those areas that potentially hasn't been tackling the adoption of new technologies in the same way, largely because of the risk of adoption with safety cases, which is clearly important. With public health now in mind, of course, we're looking at adopting some of that. So we've been looking at the ways in which the world has changed and what the world might look like beyond this COVID crisis. And we think that those startups that have adopted a proof of concept with both GKN and Boeing, and the sponsorship of the ATI team and the accelerator team, who have been amazing, will be the first to recover and grow faster than ever in these troubled times. And aerospace, is one of those arenas that will come back. It is going to be a little bit slower than everyone would like, but the challenge in aerospace is going to be sustainable aviation going forward. We need to look at the way in which the world will look with without the contrails, without the greenhouse gases. And the innovation that we need around this will be only coming from companies that have the ability to deliver technology and advance that really quickly into the world that we're now going to step into. Some people talk about the new normal. I talk about the way that we are going to have to be. It's not a new normal. It is just the future. It's going to be now rather than later. So sustainable aviation was pushed out a little bit in people's minds, maybe to 2030 and beyond. I believe it's going to come faster. So what piece of advice I give the founders who want to work with GKN is, don't give up on your ambition, have a sense of purpose, really understand how that purpose aligns with that and the goals of your sponsors. And GKN is being clear with some of our startups that there's a really clear alignment, and we want to push faster and further. Those that have adopted the feedback, and there has been some, both good and bad, have done better than those that have not. And so I would listen, understand, take that understanding forward, prove your concept, demonstrate the value, and we'll be back for more, that's for sure. The benefits for others who might want to sponsor like we have as GKN, we've just had a great and intimate relationship with both the ATI, Boeing, and obviously all of the startups to get to really understand the landscape, the challenges, the competitors, think differently. What more can I say? If you're a company that hasn't yet invested in a startup accelerator, then you've missed out already on this one, but there's another chance coming up. So would be recommending you take a step in the direction of speaking to the ATI and working with us in the future. We've got our next cohort beginning to shape, and it's really exciting times. Why would we invest in aerospace right now? Well, if you invest now and you grow, well, out of this downturn, we're going to see those companies that continue to invest are the ones that probably are going to shine the best. We believe that the diversity that's coming through from the aerospace companies that we're working with in the startup world probably have their feet in other camps as well, and that diversity brings different thinking that we can then build upon. If you invest in that diversity, and we talk about diversity in terms of backgrounds, in terms of sex and religion and other areas of our social economic backgrounds, then there's a real opportunity to grow different thinking and innovation. Our involvement so far in the COVID response, which is interesting to some, is that we've been a key part setting up the ventilator consortia known as the UK Ventilator Challenge UK, and we've been the founders of really a startup culture in our own world, with the aerospace companies coming together with Formula One, demonstrating that you can actually bring this digital architecture, digital engineering thinking in to produce new products and rapidly scaling them up. So we've actually taken two designs, one from Penlon in the UK in Oxford, and the other from Luton, near one of the GKN aerospace sites with Smiths Medical. And those two we've scaled to production levels now. Over 15,000 have been produced from what was a baseline of about 50 a week. So we've gone and ramped in 3 weeks, so for 3 months rather, much more than over 10 times the volume that they were producing before. And we've done that through collaboration, consortia, innovation in digital engineering, using digital twins, working through digital quality systems, using things like mixed reality, HoloLenses. Our involvement in this process has been guided actually by the work that we've done with startups. So our advice for those who are founders in this uncertain time is stick at it, know your business, know your ethics, make your sense of purpose really clear, but keep working with us. We need your help. And I look forward, as part of GKN Aerospace, to continue the great relationship we have with the ATI Boeing Accelerator, and thank you for all your efforts. Thanks for now.